So, hi children, today we are going to see the new prose, that is prose 9, which is given in your English literature book in page number 109. So, before entering into the prose and to know what happened in that particular prose, it is mandatory that we have to know about the author of this prose. Okay. Now let's see about the author Nicholas Horsburgh. He is an ELT expert, educational consultant and resource person. After finishing his studies in abroad, he returned to India and worked close associated with his father David Horsburgh. So he is even author of this book Oxford English. Characters of this prose Karate Parrot. The first and main character Sunil. Okay. Sunil's wife Sushmita is another character, and Sunil's friends Anil and Bala. So, totally four characters, along with them, a shopkeeper and the karate parrot. Hope you're clear. Now, shall we enter into the story? So, children, this prose karate parrot is all about wonder parrot, which means unique parrot that has some unique qualities. Yes, children, this parrot knows karate, which shows that it is different from other parrots. It's a very funny prose, children, and this story starts with a central character, Sunil. So, the story starts with the central character, Sunil, okay, who went and walked with the help of his crutches, okay, to meet his friends Anil and Bala at Moby's cave after a long time. Now, let's see what happened, okay. So, children, let's start with the prose. Sunil shuffled across the pavement on his crutches. Pavement means the path which is left on either side of the road for the people to walk. Crutches, I have displayed the picture. That is called crutches. Okay. So, a staff with a hand grip and a rest for the forearm or armpit used to help somebody who is lame or injured to walk. So, Sunil shuffled across the pavement on his crutches and approached Moby's cave, which is on Church Street. So Moby's cave is on Church Street. The door swung open automatically as he reached the entrance, and Sunil made his way slowly into the large room. Anil and Bala were sitting in their usual seats by the window overlooking the street. They had seen Sunil make his way unsteadily across the pavement, so they rose to welcome him when he entered the cave. "Goodness me!" exclaimed Bala as Sunil approached their table. "What on earth have you been up to?" "What on earth have you been up to" is an idiom. The meaning of this is "I haven't seen you for a long time." "Been kicking the cat," joked Anil. "Been kicking the cat" is also an idiom which means an opportunity to do something. So, you all know Anil and Bala were the friends of Sunil. They both were seeing their friend Sunil after a long time in Moby's cave. So, they both were expressing, okay, they are showing their expression one by one. You know how Bala showed the expression? "Goodness me, I haven't seen you for a long time." In reply to this, Anil showed his expression sarcastically, an opportunity to do something. Sunil heaved himself up to an empty chair and let the crutches fall to the floor. Heaved means lifted. "You will never believe what happened to me," sighed Sunil. Sighed means long, deep breath. As he sank with relief into the chair, "It's a long story, so you had better order me an espresso first." Espresso means dark, strong tasting coffee made by passing steam or water through coffee granules, which means black tea. Okay, "We were wondering where you had got to," said Bala. "We thought you had found some other cave to go to," added Anil. So, children, Bala was wondering about where Sunil might have gone to. Even Anil was thinking about that Sunil might have gone to some other cave. Okay. Children, take a page number 110. A waiter was summoned. Summoned means called. And Sunil's coffee was ordered. Well, tell us then, exclaimed Bala. Yes, what is this incredible story you have to tell us? Asked Anil. You won't believe it, said Sunil, but it is all perfectly true. The waiter arrived with a steaming cup of espresso and placed it on the table in front of Sunil. He looked curiously at Sunil's foot, which was in plaster. When the waiter had gone, Sunil helped himself to sugar and stirred the coffee. He gazed out of the window at the people passing by outside. Gazed means looking at something or somebody steadily, okay, or looking at someone or something just by thinking about another, okay. Come on, urged Anil. What happened? Sunil took a sip of coffee, wiped his mouth, and smiled. Well, he began. On Wednesday, I was fine, but on Thursday, I ended up with this broken foot. Sunil stuck out his foot for his friends to get a good look. It all started when my wife decided to get a pet, continued Sunil. And then he settled comfortably into his chair to tell them his story. So, children, here we can understand that Anil and Bala they ordered coffee as per Sunil's wish, and they were asking Sunil to narrate the incredible story. Once the waiter brought the coffee to Sunil, he himself mixed the sugar and he started to stir the coffee. Who? Sunil. Okay, Sunil mixed the sugar and he started to stir the coffee. Okay, by holding it in his hand, he started to look out of the window at the people who were passing by outside. Suddenly, Anil asked Sunil, "Oh, come on, Sunil, tell us what happened." So Sunil, just by having a sip of coffee, after wiping his mouth, and he just gave a smile and he started to narrate the incredible story to them. On Wednesday, he was fine, it seems. On Thursday only, he was ended up with a broken foot. Now let us see what happened on Thursday. So, in order to show his broken foot to his friends, he stretched out his foot for his friends to get a good look. So he started to narrate the incredible story that it all started when his wife decided to get a pet. And then he settled comfortably into his chair, okay, to tell them the whole story. So, children, look below Sunil's story. As you know, Sushmita has always wanted a pet. She has begged me for months to get a dog or a cat to keep her company. But the problem is, we live in a flat. I've always felt it is not fair on a dog or a cat to be imprisoned in a flat on the sixth floor of an apartment building. Dogs need open spaces and cats need to come and go as they please. A flat is certainly not a suitable place for them, in my opinion. Well, Sushmita agreed with me in the end, but last week she went along to the pet shop on the corner of GT Road and Flower Street. You know the place beside the milk depot. So, where is the pet shop? The pet shop is on the corner of GT Road and Flower Street. Okay, beside the milk depot. She decided that if she could not have a dog or a cat, she was going to see what else they had in the shop. She felt she had to have some sort of pet around. The children have all grown up now and left home. So she feels a little lonely, especially when I'm in here most of the time with you two. On Thursday, I went into the city to the bank. I had some business there, so I decided to finish my work at the bank, do some shopping. I needed cells for my radio and one or two other things, and then get home by the evening. So, children, here we can understand that Sunil's wife was fond of pets and she wanted to have a pet like dog or cat for her company. but due to lack of space in their flat, they could not keep a dog or cat as their pet. Moreover, she expects to have pets with her because all their children were grown up and left home, which made Sunil's wife to feel lonely, especially whenever Sunil spends most of the time with his friends Bala and Anil. So, on one fine Thursday, when Sunil went to the city in order to finish his bank work and his business work, once he finished all these work, he also purchased some things and some cells for his radio. Okay, and then he returned home by evening. So, in the meanwhile, what happened? We'll see. Children, take your page number 111. Sushmita, on the other hand, did not tell me what her plans were. I found out later that she ended up in the strange little pet shop. She walked into the shop. It was the first time she had been there and met a pleasant shop assistant. Sushmita explained her problem to the young man. He listened attentively and suggested she might like to buy a parrot. Parrot? Said Sushmita in astonishment. What comfort can I get from a parrot? I cannot stroke it or play with it. I cannot cuddle it. The young man spoke up immediately. Madam, I am not talking about any kind of ordinary parrot. He explained. The parrot I have in mind will give you hours of amusement. The parrot I have for sale is unique. Children, unique means only one of its kind, okay, which means superior to all. It is the only karate parrot in India. My wife was very amused, but she was curious as well. Okay, children? She had never ever heard of a karate parrot. Not many people have. What does it do? She asked. Karate, explained the assistant. He was obviously not a man of many words. Anyway, the assistant said he would demonstrate what the parrot could do. He placed an old chair in a space in the middle of the shop. Then he brought the caged parrot to my wife and placed the cage on the service counter. He opened the door of the cage and the parrot ambled out. Ambled means walk or move at a slow way. The man stretched out his arm and the parrot climbed onto his sleeve. He then said in a loud voice, Parrot, karate, chair. The parrot immediately flew into the air and began to attack the chair. It squawked. Squawked means make a loud or harsh noise. And fluttered. Fluttered means flying unsteadily by flapping the wings quickly and lightly. Fluttered up and down, flapping its wings with great vigor. Vigor means energy. In a matter of seconds, the chair had been reduced to a pile of shattered pieces of wood. Shattered means crushed pieces of wood. Its work done, the parrot flew back across the shop and swooped. Swooped means dive. Swooped down onto the assistant's shoulder. He stood there looking very pleased with himself. So, children, here we can understand that on one fine Thursday, when Sunil was out for his bank work and business work, Sushmita, she planned to visit the pet shop as well as the market. Okay, so she moved out to market and she walked into the strange little pet shop which is located on the corner of GT Road and Flower Street beside the milk depot, and she started to explain all her problem to the young man, that is the shopkeeper over there. So after hearing the problem of Sushmita, the shopkeeper suggested her to have a parrot as her pet. Okay. So after hearing the suggestion of the shopkeeper, at first Sunil's wife that is Sushmita, hesitated. Okay, she was not interested. Okay, hesitated means she was not interested to have a pet like parrot, because she thought that if she had the parrot as a pet, she cannot cuddle it and she cannot stroke it or she cannot play with it. So because of that reason, she hesitated to have the parrot as her pet. So later, she decided to buy the karate parrot on seeing its uniqueness and the demonstration which was showed by the shopkeeper. Okay. So, children, what was the demonstration which was given by the shopkeeper? Yes, children, he placed an old chair in the middle of the shop and then he brought the caged parrot, okay, and he kept it on the service counter. Slowly, he opened the door of the cage and asked the parrot to walk out. And he stretched out his arm so that the parrot climbed onto his sleeve, okay, and then the shopkeeper, he said to the parrot with a loud voice, what he said? Very good, children. Parrot, karate, chair. The parrot immediately understood the command. As soon as it listened the command, what it did? It started to make a loud and harsh noise and then it started to flap its wings very fast. Okay? With a great energy, with a fraction of seconds, it just made the wooden chair into pieces. Okay, on seeing this demonstration, Sushmita got impressed. Okay, and she decided to buy that karate parrot. Okay. Children, take page number 112. My wife, on the other hand, stood with her mouth open. She was lost for words. Never in all her years had she seen such a sight. Done, she exclaimed. She paid the man and took the birds home. Needless to say, she was quite excited by her new purchase. As soon as she got home, she searched through all the cupboards in the house and took from them old boxes, crockery, and any other useless but stored items she could find. She spent an hour or so allowing the parrot to practice his skills. The pair of them had a smashing time. She would shout, Parrot, karate, large box, and the parrot would swoop down and destroy the box with a few hefty blows. Children, hefty means heavy. Then she would order it to destroy something else. The parrot, according to her, did not tire of this activity. And that, my friends, said Sunil, finishing off his espresso, is how I came to break my foot. What do you mean? Asked Bala. Yes, what do you mean? Echoed Anil. Children, take your page number 113. The pair of them had not uttered a word throughout the story. They had found it all too incredible. You have not explained exactly how you broke your foot, suggested Bala. Oh, said Sunil. You see, I returned home at 7 o'clock to find my wife and the parrot in the sitting room. The parrot was walking along the back of the sofa, carelessly pulling at some loose threads. This was a little annoying. When I enquired about the creature, she told me she had bought it at the pet shop. I was staggered and even more annoyed when she told me how much it cost. So, children, uttered means let out, staggered means shocked, annoyed means angry or irritated. It's not an ordinary parrot, dear, she explained sweetly, and then proudly declared it's a karate parrot and it's the only one of its kind in India. Karate parrot? I cried in disgust and disbelief. Disgust means disapproval. Parrot karate? My foot. And that, gentlemen, was the last thing I said before that wild bird attacked my foot. So children, we all know that Sushmita, even though she neglected, that is, even though she refused to purchase the parrot at the beginning, after hearing all its uniqueness from the shopkeeper and after seeing the demonstration which was showed by the shopkeeper, she was excited to buy that karate parrot. Okay, so she paid the amount to the shopkeeper and she finally purchased the karate parrot. So, children, as soon as she brought the karate parrot home, who? Sushmita. Yes, as soon as Sushmita brought the karate parrot home, she planned to train the parrot by giving all the old boxes, crockery items, and any other useless items which were stored in her house. So, as per the shopkeeper's advice, she commanded the parrot, such as parrot karate large box. Immediately, parrot flew and it broke the old box into pieces. Okay, and again, Sushmita commanded parrot karate crockery. What the parrot will do now? Very good. Parrot broke the crockery into pieces. And so on, it was doing all these activities as per Sushmita's command. And even the karate parrot was enjoying a lot. Okay, it enjoyed a lot in doing that activity without getting tired. Finally, Sunil came home. We'll see what happened. So, up to this, the entire story was narrated by Sunil to his friends Anil and Bala by sitting in the Moby's cave. Okay. By the time Sunil also finished his cup of espresso, and he told them that this is how he broke his foot. So, till this, Anil and Bala, who were sitting quietly and listening to Sunil's story, they started to ask him a question. You know what? How Karate Parrot becomes the reason for his broken foot, that they can't understand. Okay, so after hearing this question from them, again Sunil starts to narrate the story in detail. You know what? When Sunil entered the house at 7 o'clock in the evening, on seeing the parrot sitting on back of the sofa and pulling the loose threads carelessly, so children, on seeing the parrot, Sunil got shocked and he inquired about the parrot from his wife Sushmita. So Sushmita told him about the cost of the parrot and about the uniqueness of the parrot, that it is the only kind of parrot which knows karate in India. Okay. When Sunil heard all these things, he got shocked and showed his disapproval. He also expressed, "Parrot karate? My foot," in front of that evil parrot, which made the parrot to attack his foot mistakenly. Children, here you have to understand what is the meaning of my foot. My foot is an expression to show our contradiction. Children, whenever we feel like, when someone is giving you gift or surprise, you will say, wow, it's an expression word. Yes, when you see something sad, you will say, alas, it's an expression word. Yes, whenever you taste good food, you will say yummy. Yes, it's also an expression word. Similarly, my food is an expression word. When you will use this expression to show our contradiction, when some person is working or doing to our opposite opinion, during that time we will use this expression. Okay, so here Sunil used these words to show his expression unknowingly that this is the command which is used in front of the karate parrot in order to order the parrot to karate anything. Okay, so As soon as the parrot heard these words from Sunil, that parrot karate my foot, what parrot did? It just attacked Sunil's foot mistakenly, and this is how he got hurt in his foot. Hope you're clear with it. Yes,